Hello, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place to find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with Terry Johnson online, TJ all the way from New York City. And we're going to be talking about social media marketing. We're going to be talking about collecting information. Oh my gosh. Okay, because this is something that is really coming up on all of our computers, and I am just so excited about getting more knowledge about how to handle all this stuff.
Yes.
So, without further ado, because here at Bishop we don't like convoluted crap. We're gonna get this party started. TJ, what's happening with
Good
collecting
morning. Good
information?
morning. We're trying to get ready. It is we're trying to get ready for you guys. I had a whole bunch of information. I'm just so excited. Whew. I got notes everywhere. So right. So like Taralina was saying, we're going to talk about collecting information online that matters, that can help you grow your audience and grow your business. Now, this information that I'm talking about has to do with social media, and it's called social listening. And I looked at some of the previous videos we did, and I think this was, like I said, I'm going back before the pandemic and trying to retouch on those old topics that we talked about before everything went topsy-turvy. So one of them was called Are You Listening Yet? Social Listening. Right. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, but I'm glad everybody's here and we're getting it together. Let me get my notes. All right. So social listening, let me, we speak plainly here, and I like to explain these terms.
Thank you.
That you hear online. I like to explain them in real talk, real people talk, I like to call it. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to switch between Evernote and another note-taking app just for my, like, do I like one or the other? So I put some notes in one app and some in the other. That's why you see me going like, where are my notes? All right, so social listening, but there's also something called social monitoring, which I don't want. This is not social monitoring, and I want to explain the difference real quick. Social monitoring is when you go on social media looking for mentions of your business name. Okay. Also, social monitoring is going to your accounts and seeing if anybody has commented and you need to respond to their comment or question. Okay, did we have that? That's social monitoring. Monitoring. You're supposed to do that. And I'm sorry, guys, I was supposed to start the clubhouse and I didn't start the clubhouse. Give me a second.
I know, there are so many moving parts here.
I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't start the clubhouse. Oh my goodness.
So social monitoring is looking at your
accounts and seeing if you have people that have questions or anybody that said anything on your social media accounts that you need to attend to. Any kind of customer service
looking
stuff,
at your accounts and responding.
Frequently asked questions. Somebody left a question and you need to answer it. That's social monitoring. You're supposed to do that every day, all day. Or when you get notifications from Facebook or Instagram, or set those notifications on, because all of the social media applications have notification areas where you can turn stuff on and off. So you do want to monitor comments because someone might have a question and you need to answer. That's social monitoring. That means you're looking at your accounts on a daily, like you would I don't know if people still do this, but you would your checkbook. Remember, you would record everything that you wrote. Yes, you wrote your checks every. You went to the store, and you would write them in the register. It's kind of like that.
Balancing your checkbook.
Yeah, you want to make sure, but you do that every day, right? When we used to write checks. See, this we're dating ourselves because nobody writes checks anymore.
Yeah, now I just look at the app to see, what's happening.
Right. Right. But you and see that's the modern day equivalent. So instead of looking at the check register, you would look at, where you used your card, your credit card, your ATM card, your debit card to keep
Yes.
track of your spending. So this is keeping track of what's going on with all of your social media accounts, because you can't just let them sit there and someone has a comment or a question and you come a week later. Well, that's kind of late. So that's social monitoring. Social listening is different. Social
Okay.
listening is and I looked at the video, we did this before with Fran, and she called it ear hustling. And I was saying not spying, I had another word for it, investigating. You're keeping an eye out for conversations that you could possibly join. That's social listening. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we got the difference?
Yes.
Right. So social listening is about keeping tabs on what your audience says, your customer says about your business, product, service, everything online, and your industry, your niche that you're in, because you want to hear the conversations that don't mention your business. And that's a lot. That's more conversations going online than you monitoring your brand name, So you want to make sure that you're listening to the conversation about what's new, what's going on in your industry, your field, your niche, your topic of interest that you're concerned with online. So are we clear about that?
I don't think so. Say that again. So we're listening for what now?
We're listening for conversations about what's happening in your niche, because things are happening every day. So for example, I want to say good morning. Dryer Buds is here. So I always love when Dryer Buds is here, because she's got great stuff to say. And I hope she can hear me. Let me know, because I put the phone down because I'm wiggling my hands and looking at my notes, and I'm so excited about this topic. This is what I do every day. I watch the financial news. I watch Cheddar. I watch Yahoo Financial. I look at publications online. And when I mean publications, I talk about Twitter. So Twitter's going to be a big part of this. I'm going to mention in a minute. But I follow a lot of advertising, marketing companies, blogs, things that pertain to my niche, my world, which is marketing.
Are listening for conversations about our industry.
Right. So you're listening, but you're also getting the news of the day. What is happening today that you could possibly act on to create content that gets the attention? Because if you're listening every day, you're going to get news and tidbits that you can give your audience that they don't know yet, because it's new. But you can only do that if you're actively listening. Now, here Terry go. Well, here's something else I got to do on top of running my business, right? Here's something else I got to put on the pile. I got to create content. I got to keep my audience happy. I have to answer the comments. I have to look for questions. I have to do this. I have to make stories. Here's Terry piling on another piece of work for me to do. And I'm saying, no, this is easy. This is easy. Now, social listening, there are a lot of tools that you can use. Some of them, and a lot of them are paid. I want to go through I have a list that I wanted to read real quick that I gathered. Now, this is not like a comprehensive list. I might miss somebody or a company. If I do, let me know. But here we have Agorapost. I've mentioned them before. It's a social media platform where you can post things to social media. It gives you analytics. It's an all-around 360 tool. And it costs whatever a month. I'm not sure, 40. I'm not sure the price, but that's one. Here's another, Sprout Social, Hootsuite, Brandwatch. Here's a Keyhole, Mention, Awario, and Sprinkler. Now there are others. There are tons of tools to help you wrangle all this social media information. Those are paid tools. Buffer is another one. I left Buffer out. Buffer is another one. You can honestly pay for these if it's in your budget. I like to use free whenever I can because it's free. Now, there's a little bit more work involved. Now, these paid tools, they're worth it because they give you these nice packages of this is your monthly analytics. They give you more information about, showing you where you're lacking or things are falling through the cracks, or you might want to do this or that. They give you guidance. Okay, that's why you're paying for them. And I will say I used Agorapost last year because did I get a I think I got a complimentary year or something, and it was really great. But I didn't want to pay. I don't know if it was $79 or $99 a month. I don't know what it was, but it's cost. But it's a great tool. I'm not putting it down. So it's Agorapost. That's a good one.
Okay.
But I want to talk about the free one, the one that you already have access, and it's called Twitter. It's called Twitter.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, it won't give you all of the things that these other platforms do that you pay for. Like I said, they give you analytics, they give you coaching, guidance, reminders. There's all kind of things in there. But when I'm using Twitter, I don't need all of that. I just need to dig and collect information on my industry, my niche, my topic, whatever I'm talking about. Twitter's the place for that. Now, is the downside of Twitter. You have to know how to dig through and what is valid and what is not valid. Here's the key. If you follow valid resources, like I follow Ad Age, Ad Week, Digiday, TechCrunch. See how I'm naming those are established brands in my space that repeat or give information that's valid.
Trusted sources.
CNBC is another one. CNN. So see how I'm naming these are brands that or they have an established footprint where they've been on. Mashable's another one. I could go down the list in my niche. I could go down the list of there's so many. There's so many that I use several tools to keep track of it because the information is coming like boom, 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 real fast. But see, your industry, it may not be that way. You may have a slower niche that the turnover of news and trends is not that big. Mine is like hourly. Like I got to I got a tool called News Reader, News something. It's an RSS feed that it stays open on my computer. And when there's a new story, it goes bing, bing, bing. It's on the side, and I try to ignore it, but it'll just bing, and I turn the sound off. But I see the stories pop up. They just, because that's what's going on in my niche. But yours may not be like that, so you can use Twitter. And when I say Twitter, I want you to, if you don't have to like Twitter, you don't have to use it, you don't have to tweet, but you need an account because you want to go to something called TweetDeck. TWEET DECK. Yeah, deck. TweetDeck.
Does it all run together?
It's one word. TweetDeck. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for typing it. You cannot use TweetDeck unless you have a Twitter account. Twitter is free. There's also Twitter Blue, which they have this thing they're paying for. We talked about it on Friday. You don't need that. Twitter is free. All you do is create an account. You don't have to follow anybody. You don't have to tweet. You don't have to do any of that. But you need the account in order to use TweetDeck. Right. And TweetDeck is Twitter, but magnified because you can set up columns of information, of keywords, of searches, of things you want, people you want to follow, accounts you want to follow, different things. Okay, so when we do part 2 of this, I'm going to demo the TweetDeck, but it's really simple. All you do is you must sign up for Twitter first. You must have an account. You don't have to use it. Then you go to TweetDeck.com. TweetDeck.com will connect instantly to your Twitter because it's owned by Twitter. So when you go to TweetDeck, it'll be one column of your account. You're not tweeting, so you can get rid of that, but there'll be a tool, a plus sign, and you can add columns of information. I'm not sure how many columns you can add. I think one of mine has 8, but that's just so I can monitor it. So like I'm trying to think. What is that when they have the CCTV cameras and the
Oh,
security people are looking at different cameras?
different
That's
views.
what it's
Yes.
like. That's what it's like. So you're setting up the columns to look at a keyword, a hashtag, a search. You can do a whole phrase. You can certain people, like one person I follow, because I want to see what they're. Oh, this the Jane Wong, the lady that does the that looks at the code
At
for
the
all
coding,
of the social. I have a column for her because whenever she puts something up, I'm like, boom, I see it. And I'm like, I'm right on top of it. And all I do is go to tweetdeck.com. Okay. I don't go. Sometimes I go to Twitter because I use Twitter on my phone. And I use it, on my devices. But sometimes I will go to TweetDeck if I'm social listening, which means I want to see the trending. Also, you could put a trend column, like trending in your area. I have mine set up for United States, but you could, if you're doing local listening, you could set it up for, say, Sacramento, California, or wherever you are. And it will show the trending. And trending means this is what the people are talking about on Twitter. Twitter will gather that for you and show you. And it changes throughout the day depending on the conversations. So I keep an eye on that. So it's like a one-stop deal where I look at everything. I've already set it up to look at keyword searches, one person I want to follow, maybe two. And then I go into TweetDeck when I have a few minutes. Now, I'm not saying like a security guard, you sit in front of this and look at the cameras all day because you got other things to do. But in the morning, look at it for 15 minutes. Take a break, lunchtime, take a look at it. At the end of the day, take a look at it. So this is where you're going to collect your information that matters to your audience, to your business, to your industry, to you. And it's using something free, Twitter. Now, like I said, there are other software that you can use, and you can pay for that. But I use this. I use this because it's free. So I'm always going to bring free if it works. And I always say, if there's a free trial or something, you sign up for the free trial because it may be a tool that fits your needs. You may go, oh man, like I keep talking about Agorapulse. I was like, oh, I love this, but I'm not willing to pay it's a really high monthly fee. I'm like, I don't really want to pay it because I can, I could put some more effort in and use Twitter. Also Facebook and Instagram, you can search. You can search keywords, you can search phrases, and things will pop up now. So those are two others.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So does everybody get the social listening?
So basically it's a way to research your industry.
Right.
You're looking out for new stuff, trends. But what it does is it brings it all to one space so that you can successfully monitor multiple sources of information. It brings it to you instead of you going out to look for it.
Right. Right.
This is good stuff. Right. I know I used to have to do my own research.
Right. And I remember I mentioned this before and I was like, well, I said, we already talked about that. I was like, no, that was like,
it's been
like
a while.
1999, like 2019 or 2000. I don't remember when it was. It
might be as far back as 17 because
I don't remember. Yeah, we've been talking about a lot of great topics. So this is what I did. I said, what can I talk about? I was like, well, let me go back and see what we talked about before the pandemic hit. Yeah. And that might, something that needs to be refreshed, or we might need to talk about it.
We need to be reminded, because we are in some cases out of practice, we've forgotten about a lot of the tools that help to make us successful.
Right. So, I mean, this is important because this helps you gather information. It's like doing a focused research group without actually, going to a focused research group and pay, because you have to pay for that. That was something part of advertising when I was in advertising. That was a big thing that we had a research team, and they would survey people and different things, and that would cost. But you're a small business owner. How do I do the same thing? How do I get the pulse of what's going on? What are they talking about? What is my audience saying? What's going on in the industry? And here's another deal. What's going on with my competition?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't monitor you can monitor them by name, but if you're monitoring the niche, the industry, the topic, you're going to see their posts, their comments. You're going to see their customers' inquiries, comments, and things like that. And it's all fodder information for you to use to get on top of something that maybe you get to jump on the competition, because you're monitoring. You have it set up, and everybody's using Twitter.
You know why this is great? We have Pat Murray in here.
Hey, Pat.
And she has a niche market there in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Skywriter. And so this is a way for you to find out what's on trend right in your area, Pat.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we had the discussion about TweetDeck? Mark Ward is in here. Yolanda's in here. We have this tool, and I think I really forgot all about it. Tell you the truth, Terry.
Mm-hmm. I remember that, and to me, it seems like, okay, maybe I've talked about that a couple of times, or it's not new to me. So I had to step out and say, wait a minute, it's not new to me, but it may be new to somebody who has never heard of TweetDeck, or doesn't use Twitter, or wants to find out what the conversations are going on. So, I mean, I would say use this TweetDeck, and also remember Facebook and Instagram, you can search. Also Pinterest. Pinterest is a great place to search and gather information, collect information about what your audience wants to hear about right now, and you don't know about it. And it's real quick. You take a few minutes. Don't spend all day. I'm really a component. I'm really a proponent of don't stay online, because you're running a business. It's real easy to get sucked in. It happened to me this morning. I went to Facebook and I went to do something on my page, and I got sucked into the feed of, happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy this, that. And I feel compelled to say, hey, happy, and that takes time.
It does take time.
Right. So I'm saying I switched to Facebook Business Suite. So if you don't know about Facebook Business Suite, it's a suite. It's not a new app, but it's kind of new. And you download that on your phone, and when you get to monitor and manage your pages without the feed.
Okay.
So you go right into Business Suite, and it's your pages. And you just do the business that you have to do with your pages without the distraction of the feed. And when I say feed, that means your friends posting all this great stuff. So you save Facebook, the blue app icon, save that for, whenever you have you want to catch up with friends and family. But if you're doing business, use the Facebook Business Suite app for your phone.
Okay. And can you set that up on your phone, or do you have to go?
It's just an app. Yeah.
Okay.
Just an app. It just shows you your pages. It doesn't show anything else. It doesn't show groups. It doesn't show watch. None of that. It's a page manager app for your pages on Facebook. I use it a lot. So, Patricia says very niche. Her niche is very niche.
Yes, very niche. So you can categorize it down to the finer points, like for your town.
Right.
Terry was explaining that to us.
Right. So you can use it for local. It's good for local.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna tune in today, Pat, evidently.
So we're gonna talk more about it in a few minutes. And we're gonna end this broadcast, and then we're gonna go to my page, and I put the little scrolling banner at the bottom, because I can never find that other.
Oh, I can
other
find
page. It. So you go to terryjohnsononline.live. We're going to start in a few minutes, or you can go to the BizChicks page, or you can go to the BizChicks group, and there's a post there. You have to click on it. You have to click on it to go in it. Otherwise, it will it will just, you will get the video, but if you leave a comment or a question, I won't be able to see it because you have to click on the post. You have to click on it to go into it. I don't know why Facebook is set up like that, but it's
Yes.
over there. Or you
Mhm.
could go to terryjohnsononline.live. It's the same thing. I'll be there.
Yes. So here we are.
There we go.
This is what you were looking for.
Yeah,
And sometimes when you mouse over stuff, it kicks you out the studio.
yeah, I know. You have
So
to be
there
careful
you
what
are.
you
There are
click
all
on.
the different ways to keep up with Terry Johnson online. Okay, guys, take a screenshot so that you don't miss it because she's going to be continuing this over on her page.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I want to thank you, Terry. I don't think we tell you enough that we appreciate you because I know it takes a
thank
lot
you.
of research. People don't know. I know as a trainer, it takes a lot of research to give just a 30-minute presentation. So we thank you for your due diligence and for all that you bring to the table. Guys, don't sleep on this. Don't take it for granted. Share it with your friends. Follow TJ. And hey, when you do, make sure you have a pencil because you're going to need it to make sure that you keep up with all the great things that she shares with us. In the meantime, if you're looking to join Biz Chicks, you can text Biz to 33777. And we want to remind you to go to the front of your own line because Terry's got to go. We'll see you later. All right, guys. We will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.